The Lord of the Rings trilogy, which consists of The Fellowship of the Ring, 2001, The Two Towers, 2002, and The Return of the King, 2003, is one of the most beloved film franchises of all time. The Peter Jackson-directed movies brought to life a world of hobbits, wizards, elves, dwarves, and orcs from the classic J.R.R. Tolkien novels. The cast of the films was a mix of established actors and newcomers, many of whom went on to have successful careers in Hollywood. Here is a look at the cast of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Then and Now. Elijah Wood, Frodo Baggins. Elijah Wood played the role of Frodo Baggins, the hobbit entrusted with the task of destroying the One Ring. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in film and television, with notable roles in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, Wilfred, and Dirk Gently's holistic detective agency. He also founded a production company, SpectreVision, which produces horror films. Ian McKellen, Gandalf. Ian McKellen played the role of Gandalf, the wise wizard who guides Frodo on his journey. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in film and television, with notable roles in X-Men, The Da Vinci Code, and Beauty and the Beast. He is also an activist for LGBT rights and has been awarded numerous honors for his work. Viggo Mortensen, Aragorn. Viggo Mortensen played the role of Aragorn, the heir to the throne of Gondor. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in films, with notable roles in A History of Violence, Eastern Promises, and Green Book, for which he was nominated for an Academy Award. He is also an accomplished painter, photographer, and poet. Sean Astin, Samwise Gamgee. Sean Astin played the role of Samwise Gamgee, Frodo's loyal friend and companion. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in film and television, with notable roles in Stranger Things, The Strain, and 50 First Dates. He is also an advocate for mental health awareness and has been open about his struggles with bipolar disorder. Orlando Bloom, Legolas. Orlando Bloom played Legolas, the elven archer and member of the Fellowship. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in films as a goodwill ambassador, with notable roles in Pirates of the Caribbean, The Hobbit, and Carnival Row. He is also an activist for environmental causes and a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador. John Rhys Davies, Gimli. John Rhys Davies played the role of Gimli, the dwarf warrior and member of the Fellowship. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in film and television, with notable roles in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, The Shannara Chronicles, and The Crown. He is also a scholar and lecturer on the history of the Middle Ages. Dominic Monaghan, Merry. Dominic Monaghan played the role of Merry, one of Frodo's hobbit friends. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in film and television, with notable roles in Lost, Wild Things with Dominic Monaghan, and Pet. He is also an advocate for animal welfare and has worked with various organizations to protect endangered species. Billy Boyd Pippin. Billy Boyd played the role of Pippin, another of Frodo's hobbit friends. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in film and television, with notable roles in Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, Outlander, and The Etruscan Smile. He is also a musician and has released several albums. Andy Serkis, Gollum. Andy Serkis played Gollum, the tortured creature obsessed with the One Ring. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in film and television, with notable roles in King Kong, Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and Black Panther. He is also a director and has directed films such as Breathe and Mowgli, Legend of the Jungle. Cate Blanchett, Galadriel. Cate Blanchett played Galadriel, the elven queen who offers aid to the Fellowship. Since the trilogy, she has continued to act in film, with notable roles in The Aviator, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, and Thor, Ragnarok. She has also won 2 Academy Awards for her performances in The Aviator and Blue Jasmine. Hugo Weaving, Elrond. Hugo Weaving played the role of Elrond, the elven lord who helps the Fellowship. Since the trilogy, he has continued to act in film, with notable roles in the Matrix trilogy, V for Vendetta, and Hacksaw Ridge. He is also a stage actor and has performed in numerous productions in Australia. Overall, the cast of the Lord of the Rings trilogy has continued to have successful careers in Hollywood and beyond, with many of them becoming household names. The trilogy itself remains a beloved classic in the world of cinema, with its epic storytelling, groundbreaking special effects, and unforgettable characters.